Hi, my name's Mike Schon. I've been involved with Cobra since 1968. Actually been interested in them since 1967, and I wrote a book called the Cobra-Ferrari Wars, published in 1990 and republished in 2005, I think. And I was very involved with some of the racing history and all sorts of the people who put the Shelby American together, and then I ended up with one last Cobra, the Lone Star, and that's this machine right here, this red car, which is the 1968 Shelby American Lone Star. It was originally named the Cobra Mark III, or the Cobra Roman numeral 3, and then they changed that to the 1968 Cobra. And then after Ford said, no, you can't use the name Cobra because we bought it, Shelby American called this car the Lone Star, and this is the one and only prototype. I've owned this car since 1975. It was a subject of a very long restoration. It's essentially, you would have to say, it's more or less a GT40 with an aluminum body that's curvy. It was intended as the replacement for the Cobra Roadsters, but I think it was a little too aggressive, difficult to get in and out of, and too expensive for the time. Ford was getting out of racing at that time. They were putting all their money into the Trans Am cars and the Mustangs, and they weren't about to put money into a car that was not even a Ford such and such, but rather a Shelby Lone Star. So this project went by the wayside, and the car just sort of was passed from a couple owners, and I bought it pretty early. But I knew it was sort of the last in the line of the Shelby American super high performance automobile, so I got it and ultimately got it restored. This has a 289 Ford motor in it and a ZF 5-speed transmission transaxle, just like the GT40 did. There's quite a bit of luggage room aft of the motor. You got to take some panels in the luggage area out to get the motor out. The brakes are just the Cobra Girling brakes. In this case, what they call the CR brakes, or the larger Girling brakes. It was intended to have the Cobra 9.5 and 7.5 magnesium Halibran wheels that they put on the competition 427 Cobra, but they didn't get them over in time, and they put on GT40 wheels. So it's got GT40 wheels on it. It's got a right and a left fuel tank just outboard on these sills here. Water radiators up front. The guy who was responsible for the design of this car is Len Bailey, B-A-I-L-E-Y, and he was a draftsman working for Ford of both Ford of England and Ford of America on the original GT40 Mark I. Then he was the responsible engineer for the GT40 Mark III. Then he was also the designer of the original Mirage, which was a GT40 Mirage. This came right after that. And then right after this car, the Lone Star, came another Ford, very high performance prototype FIA racer called the F3L P68. That was a 1968 Ford prototype that Ford of England spent money on, but not enough. Bailey was sort of a true believer and a high performance guy, so when he was making compromises about the design of this car, which was supposedly going to be the 1968 Cobra, why he made a lot of compromises in favor of performance, aerodynamics and all that, and not so much for creature comforts or visibility or ease of entry and exit or cost. Now, this car, if you go back to 1968 and try and find a comparable, the comparable car in the world, in the market at that time, was the then new Lamborghini Mira, both in performance and cost. And the Mira never sold more than 80 copies a year, and so it was really pretty, it was a pretty easy economic decision for Ford not to produce a car that was just going to compete with the Lamborghini Mira. They already had won Le Mans twice and everything else they could win with the previous Shelby automobiles. The, The car runs okay. because it's a prototype, we've been doing some of the development on it, driving around the long block, and then a friend of mine, Chris Harrison, we correct the little problems we find, and it's getting better and better. But it's still, we're not Ken Miles, and we don't have Phil Remington behind us fixing everything over the weekend. So it'll take a little more time, but it's a pretty decent running car. And Lone Star is now, I think, we sort of agreed it's going to be spelled in two words. Lone is one word and star is the next, rather than combining them. But I'm really happy to be the person that saw that it was restored, because it really represents the last effort by the true believers within Shelby American to create super high performance automobiles in the tradition of the Cobra. And so, although it never made it, I think it was sort of the exclamation point on the end of Shelby American Cobra high performance story. There's some information on this car on my website, Cobra-Ferrari Wars.com. There's a page devoted to this car. There's also a website called SAAC.com. That's a Shelby American Automobile Club. And in the 2018 yearly publication, they have a very good article on this car and on its restoration. I'm 72 years old. 6 months ago, I spent just short of 3 weeks in the hospital and 2 months in physical therapy, and about 6 weeks in a wheelchair. So even if I can get in this car, then you can too. Okay, there we go. See, that wasn't so bad.